What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with living my dream trading and traveling. Hope everybody out there had a good day today. We had a decent day in the market today. I will only call it decent. Wouldn't quite call it a good day just because of some of the trades that we took. We did finish green on the day today, which is good. Nice solid week. But a couple of the trades that we took today, we had technical difficulties on the platform side. And cost us some money. So it should have been a bigger green day, but green nonetheless. But let's go ahead. Let's bring up the thumbnail watch list. Let's see what we were looking at today. We kept the same four that we had on there yesterday from our Fab Five from back in the day: AMD, Apple, Facebook, and NVDA. We took trades on two of those today, AMD and NVDA. We also had Best Buy on the watch list again today. We had Target and we had Nike. Those were all on the watch list for our option ideas. And then we had SPRC and RDBX, Redbox. We did take two trades on Redbox in our main account. First trade, nice solid green trade. Turned right back around and took another trade that was red. Playing with the stop, trying to be right on that one. And we gave back all of our profit from that trade. So we actually finished red in our main account today on Redbox. Should have just been happy with that first trade. But nope, we did not do that. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up TRADERVUE. Let's take a look, see what we were looking at today. Reviewing trades for May 26th, Thursday. Took 6 trades today. Closed P&L on the day, $84. Oh, that should have been so much more. That should have been so much more. We see the first trade out the gate. NVDA was a red trade. Came right back. Not even a minute later. And we took another trade. Nice solid green trade. And then we had those 3 little small trades. Let's look at this first one real quick. I am almost certain that this was a technical difficulty right here. Look at what we got in this trade at 9:59 and 9 seconds. We got out of the trade 5 seconds later for a $2 profit. Somehow in Thinkorswim, when I set my brackets, they have several different ways that you could set your stops. You could set it based on a percentage, based on a dollar amount, or based on a stare amount. I use the stare amount. And what I found is that with the ladder set to 10, that puts my stop right where I want it to be at. Somehow, instead of 10, it was putting it with a ladder or a step of 1. So basically, as soon as I get in the trade, if it moves that one little minuscule amount, it was stopping me out or hitting target, because it puts the bracket on both sides. And that's what happened on this trade. So I'm gonna be curious to see that trade. I know that that was a good trade. I'm almost positive that was a good trade. And I want to say that this one did the same thing. Let's look and see. Nah, this one we were in 4 minutes. So this is not one. Let's see. Must have been this one. Nope, this one was in little 2 minutes. So no, it had. I thought it was twice that happened to me, but evidently not. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up the charts. Let's bring up the charts, see where we were getting in and out of these at. And if you have not already hit the like button, please do so. Please hit that like button for me. Doesn't cost you a thing, and it will immensely help me out for the low. It's free for you to do it. But let's stop and let's appreciate this SPY chart right now. That is a beautiful SPY chart, y'all. I was looking at the thumbnail watch list as we were looking at those stocks on there, thinking to myself, how did I only make $84 today? How? Look at the SPY. How did I not take a trade on this beautiful chart? We took no trades. Looking at it, I will tell you, from 9:30 to about 10 o'clock, don't really see no place on this chart to take a trade. So that's the first problem. It's a nice trade going up, but no patterns in here for me to take a trade. So that's probably one of the reasons. Could have took one right here, breaking this area out right here, but we kind of extended from the VWAP. So yeah, probably is a good idea that I did not take a trade on that one. But like I said, for me, how did I only make 84 when all those other charts was looking good? But at the same time, it's people that looking at these charts and they were red today. And that's just how the market could be. This market could be finicky. But let's go ahead. Let's pull up NVDA. We'll go ahead and review all of the NVDA trades, and then we'll do AMD. So let's look at this first one. Well, I was just telling y'all, I know it was another trade that I got in that the brackets was jacked up on. It was the first one. Look at that. We got in this first one at 9:38, 33 seconds. We stopped out less than 30 seconds later. This was the other one that the bracket was jacked up on. It cost us $16. So let's take a look at the let's get the candles on the chart. Let's take a look and see where we were getting in on this trade. So we got in this one at 9:38 and 33 seconds. So looking at the chart, we would have been getting in as it broke this candle right there. So as this came up and it broke that candle, we're getting in. This is not really a good trade, y'all. Look what is right above us. The previous day's high. So we got in this thing just chasing. It made a nice move, but we were supposed to have been getting in like over here and not even here, because it still hadn't really tested. Over here, 1045. Let's see what it did after that. That's really, and that's patience. That's being patient. We're up to the daily high. It came over and it pulled back down, so it didn't test it. Then it broke over it. Now you're finally getting that test. So even getting in right here and setting the stop down here would have been good, but didn't really have much room. But we would have been getting in here and setting our stop down here. And we stopped out 30 seconds later, 9:38 and 57 seconds, 9:38. So we would have been stopping back out as this pushed down right here. And that's because we didn't have our stop set. We stopped out for $16. So we're stopping out down in this region right here. Because 57 is probably pushed down and then it came back up. So we're stopping out somewhere down here. Stop down there. Never got stopped out. And even though this was a bad entry because we didn't have room, on top of us, it still would have worked. It still would have worked. So that's an ouch right there. Let's look at the next trade, because the next one we got in like a minute later, and man, look at this one. Let's look at this one. We got in this one at 9:39, 51 seconds. We got out of this one. What's that? Not even 20 seconds later, but it popped in our favor for $40. Man, another one. This probably would have been $100 trade had we had the stop set right where it should have been. And again, that's why I tell you, this one should have been a green trade. That is crazy. That is crazy. So we got in that one 9:39 and 51 seconds. So let's go to 9:39. Candle is right there. We would have been getting in as this pulled back. We're getting in this one solely because we knew that this one was a good trade that just jacked us up. But we still not paying attention that we got this ceiling right above us that we're going to bump our head on. And like I said, we got out of this one 9:40 and 8 seconds. So we getting out of this one as it's pushing back up in this candle. Again, we getting in there. Let's say we put our stop here. No, we're going to give it the room. Stop would have been down there. Got out there right here, twice the much of that move. Probably would have been $100. That is crazy. And then let's look at the last NVDA trade. We took this one at 10:02. Let's see where 10:02 is at. And this was a put, y'all. This was a put. 10:02 and 37. So this came up. We saw it catching resistance. Look at that as a ceiling. It's hitting the ceiling, bumping its head. We're going to just try to play this back down to VWAP. We got out of this at 10:06. Where is 10:06? So this one here, we got down and we probably chased this and got in this trade more down here somewhere. Probably got out of this one more here somewhere. But this is an area. This is an area, and it was a tight area. It was a tight area that we shouldn't have been trying to do that. We was trying to act like we were some traders on these trades. Instead of letting the trade come to us, we trying to force a trade. And that's what happened there. But we made $2. We made $2 on this trade. But it really didn't have much room to make much money. So that's why that trade was like that. It's like, okay. And those were our trades on NVDA. So this one here, good trade. Put the stop down there. This would have worked out. Lost $16. Got back in the trade because we're thinking this was a good trade. Not paying attention to the previous day's high right there that we're going to bump our heads on. But again, stop's going to be down there. Bracket still set wrong. It pops. We make a quick $40. Whereas if we would have stayed in the trade, we would have made $100 off of it. So no harm, no foul. Come around over here. Tries to break the previous day's high, get pushed back down. We get a top and tail. We like, all right, we're going to play this back down to here. It's not much room in that, especially buying one contract. We only bought one contract. So this push down to this area, which it was supposed to do. We look at the 30-minute. We're in a decent bull market going in this time frame. So this is just a pullback for this big candle. This big candle needs a little rest. So that's all it was doing. It was not changing the trend to a downtrend. We're just getting a pullback on the 2-minute to correct for the 30-minute, or to correct for the 15-minute, or possibly correct for the 5-minute. Let's see what the 5-minute looks like real quick. So, yep, this big move, you need a pullback. That was the pullback. We're buying this little tiny move right here. Not very smart. And then we see what this thing did. It just took off. From down here, that was an $8 move. $8 move on the day. So, not very well executed at all. Look around. All right, let's take a peek at AMD. Let's see if AMD was any better with our trades. We got in this one at 9:59 and 9 seconds. Let's find 9:59. Let's look at the trade. Oh man, bam. Ah, come on. This one is a thing of beauty, y'all. Look at this. This thing made this nice move to break the previous day's high. Again, we're seeing it. It's already above the VWAP, so that's good. But it broke through the 50 moving average. It broke through the previous day's high. And then it consolidated. Consolidated. We getting in right here. We're going to set our stop at the lowest point of the consolidation. Stop right there. And we just going to let this make money until we hit our target. But nope. We stopped out 5 seconds later in the same 1-minute candle. Put it right there. You see it just above it. And we made $2. Come on, man. Come on. Let's look at that from here. That's 95. Let's call it 95.35. Let's go up to there. That's 96.55. That's a $1 move. That is a $1 move. Almost positive on this one. The delta was around 30 because of the number of open interests. So the number of open contracts, I did 0.30. We bought this at 110. Look at where it closed at, 245. Oh man, these hurt right here. Because that was a good trade. That's a perfect pattern. Perfect consolidation. Put the stop right here. You don't want to put the stop there. Look at that. Look what that candle did. Had you had a tight stop, this candle would have shook you out. Boop, came down, shook you out, kept going. Put the stop at the low of the consolidation to give you a little extra room. Oh man, that hurts. That just hurts because that's easily another $50 that we just gave away on that trade. All right, let's take a look at the next trade. Got in this one at 10 o'clock and 4 seconds. So we saw the issue. We finally caught what was happening after what, 4 trades? So after 4 trades, we finally seen what the problem was. We get in right here. Again, that stop should be down here. Look, we never got stopped out. But we got out of this trade 2 minutes later, 10:02, right there. As it's coming back down. So I'm wondering if I caught the issue, because I would not have brought my stop up that quick. Look at that. This thing came back to here. Again, not coming down to there. And then it took off. We made $6 on this trade. Come on, man. That's crazy. And then we finally took our last AMD trade. I am just flabbergasted. I am flabbergasted. This is crazy. All right. Last trade that we took, we got in 10:06. Bam. It's another good entry. I like that entry. Little pullback. Nice bottoming tail. We're going to get in right here. We're going to set the stop right there. We got out of this trade at 10:14. 10:14. Bam. As it's coming back down. It's a good exit. Not mad. Made 50 bucks. We got our 2-to-1 on this trade. Exactly 2-to-1. We do see that this pulled back and then it took off again. These we paid $125 for. This closed at $245. So solid trade here, but yeah, highly disappointed in, I don't know what I could be disappointed in. I guess not paying attention to the ladder, not paying attention to the, not paying attention to the doggone ladder. Give me 1 sec and pull it up. All right, so this is what I'm usually looking at when I am trading. Let me do that right there. So it kind of, so that's usually what, that's how this is my trading setup right here. So I got my 2 minute, my 5 minute, 15, my 30. So I'm looking over here to get the bias of the, let me change that because it pulled up a, there we go. So I am looking at this side of the chart for my basically long-term bias. I'm looking at this side for my entries. This is the ladder. This is the stairs I was talking about. So when I'm going to take a trade, I'll come here to template. I'll click option bracket. I'm either making 2-to-1 on my money, or it's going to set my upper one for 4-to-1 on my money. So let's say I click the 2. And then here you go. You'll see the 10 and the 20. So that's 2-to-1. It's going to give me 10 ticks down or 20 up to the top side. So I'm going to just click over here for right now. Probably, let's see if it'll even take it. Nope. Let's go with just a regular stock real quick. What time is it? Market is closed. So we'll just click that one. So, and let's see how it just changed it. That's what does it. There's the -1 and there's the +2. So when I go from a stock to a option contract, and then I come back, it's changing that. So I have to come back up here and click on that. There you go, 10 and 20. There's the problem. Look at that. So that's what was happening. Because if I go to hit red box to take a stock trade in my main account, it's changing this. And then when I go back, but see, that time it did it. So this thing just has a hiccup in it. Hit the SPY. Yep. So I need to, every time I come here and hit my call, I need to come here and reset the bracket. You see that, y'all? We have figured something out. So click this. Usually, let's change that back to lilac. Change that one to lilac. Usually I just click this and I'm assuming that it's keeping my bracket where it's supposed to be. And we see now it is. But I will not be taking any chances anymore. I'm gonna load that, and then I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna set my bracket. And then you'll see when I hit 4, it's gonna keep it 10 and 4. 10 and 4. And then I just come here and drop where I want to get into the trade. So I'm buying it right there. If you look to the left or to the right, it's setting my stop 10 ticks down. So on this one, I would be getting in at 0.24. It's setting my stop at 0.14. So on one contract, that's a $10 stop. On 2 contracts, that's a $20 stop. And then what I do usually is just drag this down those other 2 or 3 ticks down. But what I could do is just change this to 12. And that's what I'm going to do. I'll change that to 12 and I'll change that to 50. So this will be 24. That'll be 50. And then when I come to this one, I'll change that to 12. I'll change that to 25. So, all right, that's what the problem is. When I come up here and click a stock, let me change that to lilac for now. Yep, when I click a stock, it changes it to 1 and 2. And then sometimes if I come back down here, it'll change it to 10 where it's supposed to be. That's crazy. And see, now it's working. But I'm not going to take no chances. I'm going to come up here and do that. But I hope y'all enjoyed the recap. Actually got to see a little bit of how I get in and out of my trades. I was just buying on a single, and I just come in and either drop my price where I want to get in. So let's say that this is trading down in this region. I can come in and drop it right here. And then when this comes up and it hits that price, it'll get me in the trade. Or I just hit the buy ask, which is how I get in most of the time. And it's going to get me in wherever the ask is at. So if you see 166 down there on the ladder, that's where the ask is at. That's where people are asking to sell. When I'm getting in a trade, I like to buy where somebody is asking to sell as opposed to buying the bid. If I'm trying to buy the bid, I might not ever get filled. If I buy the ask, I'm usually going to get filled. And if I buy the market, it might jump up super high by the time I'm trying to get in. This way, if I buy the ask and it runs, I just won't get filled. Buying the market is going to fill me, and that thing could have took off running. So either I'm going to take the trade or I'll just sit and wait on the next one. But most of the time, we know what happened. I'll chase it and still get in late. But like I said, let's wrap this one up. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a late start for me. It's my little dude's graduation, my grandson's graduation. So if y'all out there, go on and throw a congrats to my little grandson Royce, who is graduating the little man school in the morning. So I'll miss the open, but we'll come back, see what it looks like in the later morning or the afternoon. It's always something moving. So we'll see what we can do. But on that note, I'm out of here. Peace.